What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with Altcoin Buzz. So today I'm going to make a video to talk about three sleeping giants that I think are sleeping giants. Okay, so first and foremost, this is my opinion. Okay, and if you're listening to this video, you're only listening to it because you want to hear my opinion on it. It's not because I'm providing you with financial advice. I'm not sending you a document that says, please sign here to make this investment alongside me. So none of that. Now, moving right along here. On Twitter, I've been traveling. I've been tweeting, okay? And here on Altcoin Buzz IO, you can see our tweets. But this comes about through a blockchain J, because I'm one person. You can see me here. And I said, at current market rates, what altcoin would you stock up on? You guys said Cardano. So let's move real quick here and get into this. So through all this, you guys said to me, Jeff, what are your sleeping giants? And it got me thinking, and I put some thought into this as I've been going around traveling. And here is my list of sleeping giants. So let's get into it. So you got all these coins. You got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Neo. And here's where I start. Now, most of these are going to be a long-term investment for me. So they're my sleeping giants over the span of the next couple years. I give them that much time because I realize it takes time to really, lay a foundation. And if it happens sooner, it's possible. If they go up to outrageous gains from when I bought them, that's possible also. But if they go down from here because I'm holding for a long-term position, I'm not going to panic, and I'm not going to call it an SHIT coin, and I'm not going to blame YouTubers, and I'm not going to blame all these people because I took out a position if it goes down from here. Now, why do I stress this? Because, guys, you would be surprised at how many investors out there blame people other than themselves for when they bought it. That's why I have to make these big disclaimers. If you don't like it, help teach these people who are complaining about this stuff that it's their decisions to make this. So, and then my disclaimers will really shrink and go away, but I have to be really clear about this, okay? So anyway, Cardano. I've talked about Cardano at higher prices. I started talking about Cardano when it was at 2 cents, and I've talked about Cardano at 85 cents, and currently it's sitting at 29 cents. So you can see Cardano has been a really volatile position to hold, okay? And it's been as high as 122. It's currently sitting at 29 cents. So obviously, if you were a person who bought into Cardano up here, you're probably panicking. Now, we've gone over Cardano several times. And the reason that I like Cardano is because it's using peer-reviewed research to make sure they get it right. So pretty much, if you believe in cryptocurrency, Cardano is basically one of the projects out there that's looking to really take their time and get it right. And because of that, also believing in cryptocurrency, I can see how them having a mathematician like Charles Hoskinson behind the wheel can really put together a strong platform. Now, the one downfall for Cardano has always been, where is the working product? And see, this is where it gets a little bit difficult, because sometimes people, because they are so meticulous and they are perfectionists, they will take their time, and then sometimes because they take so much time, they miss the boat, right? It's like you could be the best person to travel with, but if you don't show up to the boat when it's leaving the harbor, no matter how great of a traveler you are, the boat's still leaving the harbor. And Cardano, because they are so meticulous, is their upside, but because they don't have a working product, really, it is part of their downside. But I think they're going to get it right. That's why I hold these guys for the long term. And we've done countless videos on this, on Cardano, IOHK, input, output, Hong Kong, using the peer-reviewed. They're also functioning as a currency as well as a developer application developer platform, similar to Ethereum. Charles Hoskinson was once on the Ethereum project. Now, if you want to know more about Cardano and what's going on, you can come over here onto Coin Checkup, which is where I usually go if I want to get events and information about any sort of coin or project that I'm checking out. So you'll go here to Cardano, come over here to events. See, this is on Coin Checkup. This coin market cap doesn't have this. So I'll go to I can go to their update or roadmap update or March 4th, they're having a roadmap update. I could keep scrolling here, and you can see the information. First token sale. So you can keep up to date with your favorite coin here at events. It doesn't look like they have too much coming up here. But the first Cardano token, Traxia, begins its second round of pre-sales. But this is a big deal because we were just talking about the working product. So having the first one come out, Traxia, is big news for Cardano, right? Even though it's not a long-range, roadmap here, we can't get a lot of information way down the road. You can get that on their website, on their roadmap, but I just like using Coin Checkup for that reason. It's a little bit easier than having to go to each individual website. You can also check out their GitHub, which is really important, and stay up to date with Charles Hoskinson. Now, I'm not going to go to their website because I've gone there countless times in our videos, and if you're new to this channel, I apologize, but you can search our channel all day long for videos about Cardano. I will show you their website. It's kind of flashy, kind of cool. Same old one, and it just goes into details, basically outlining all that. There's the roadmap. And yeah, I would recommend you do follow Charles Hoskinson on Twitter. So if you make your way over there and you follow us, check out Charles Hoskinson. Another platform that I recently came across that I'm going to recommend here. It's funny how I got to thinking about this. So Gavin Andresen, he's a major Bitcoin guy. I believe Satoshi Nakamoto gave the code or gave the keys to the car to Bitcoin to Gavin, right? So Gavin is, if you haven't already started following Gavin Andresen, you can. It's 130,000 followers. These are not plugs that are paid or anything. This is just me giving you guys the information to, keep up to date with some of the big people in cryptocurrency, and he's one of them. Now, but here's why I bring this up. I like to think markets will eventually abandon train wreck coins like IOTA. I also like to think ice cream is good for me. So he's kind of taking a stab at IOTA, right? Saying that it's a train wreck. That's funny because this is my number 2 cryptocurrency. So I made a comment on my Twitter here where I said, it does not bother me to see competitive CEOs get into heated discussions on Twitter. Jobs and Gates were not exactly best friends during the PC era of the early 90s. It shows tenacious business prowess. So what I mean by that is, if you've watched Steve Jobs' movie, I forget what it's called. I think it's called Jobs. You can go watch it if you haven't already. But you can see in there, Jobs used to call up Gates and be like, gosh darn it, why you keep stealing all of Apple's ideas? And they kind of get into it a little bit. And then eventually Gates and Microsoft end up taking over the market share that was once Apple's, and then Jobs leaves the company and then comes back. But they still kind of kept it cool. But the reason I bring that up is because it's like IOTA almost, you could see that Bitcoin kind of could potentially see IOTA as a threat. Why? Well, it's the Tangle Ledger. It's not even the blockchain. Okay. So now, does that mean that it's not a train wreck project? It could be, but here's the response from David Sonstebo, who's the IOTA project lead. They get into it, but it just reminded me a little bit of what could potentially shape up to be like Jobs and Gates. And IOTA has been an up down, topsy-turvy coin to own. It's really difficult to stand by it at full time because sometimes they make mistakes, like when they misannounce that they have a partnership with Microsoft and then come to find out they didn't. So that was a little bit of a blunder, but you can come on here to Gavin Andresen's Twitter. I'm not going to read it all to you, and you can see the exchange, right? So I like how these guys get into it. I think this guy is going to use this as motivation, getting called out to deliver, because he either puts his tail between his legs, walks away, and says, okay, we suck, we're a train wreck, or he says, okay, you're going to talk that smack? Well, we're going to show you guys. So I think they're going to get it together, and like I said, IOTA is an outstanding project. We've talked about it many times on our website. First time I actually talked about IOTA, it was around about, on this channel, was about somewhere in the 50-cent range, 30 to 58 cent range. That was when I took out my position. So it's always been really difficult for me to buy at these prices, because that's when I took out my position. I haven't taken out any additional positions, and I probably wouldn't, because I took out my core, right? core position at that price when it was pretty cheap. It didn't cost very much to get a lot, but it went up to 405. Looking back on it, I wish I would have sold, but looking back on it, I was like, well, this thing's going to be a really powerful project potentially. So that's why I still hold all of my IOTA. I'm still up on it. I could sell now, or I should have sold then, you know, but it happens, right? So I'm just saying, hey, I got to ride it up and down, and I'm not going to cry over it. Now, I even have positions where I bought high and I'm down on them. Like Telcoin, I bought at 0.007, it's 0.003. So, I mean, but I'm not going to cry over it. It's not. I'm not even going to blame Telcoin. I'm just saying, hey, this is what's up. This is what happened. You can't always be right, right? I mean, even the Bulls lost 12 games. What one football team has gone undefeated? The Dolphins. The Patriots did until they lost in the Super Bowl to Eli. But you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. That's how I look at it as an investor. I'm not gonna win them all. As long as I have a higher winning percentage than losing percentage, I'm in the positive, and that's good for me. So if you guys all watch these videos and you only harp on the videos where I got it wrong, I mean, yeah, I mean, that makes you a critic, okay? But you all shouldn't be blaming me. You have to look at your own portfolio for what it looks like, right? And I say that because it's a reminder to the people who are mistaking that. Anyway, so IOTA, does this mean you have to buy it? No, I actually don't care if you buy it or not. You're asking me, I'm showing you my opinion. So IOTA, and we've gone over this input output, or Internet of Things. I was thinking about Cardano. So if we go down here, you could see how they're going to be using this ledger of things. They have the sensors. I was actually in San Francisco and I saw these test cars with sensors on the side of them. So it'd be interesting to see if IOTA can get with one of these companies looking to use sensors on their cars, and if they can, you know, possibly be a part of that. But here's the Tangle, which is different than the blockchain. And you have the microtransactions. This microtransactions is unique because you'll see they have 2.7 billion, whereas Cardano has 45 billion to be. So, I mean, there's a lot more transaction space here with Cardano than there is with IOTA as far as functioning as a currency. So IOTA still got a long ways to go, but I'm confident that with that tenaciousness from the CEO and the fact that they are the Tangle Ledger and not the blockchain, I think that uniqueness gives them opportunity moving forward. But they definitely have to follow through on their planning. They have to execute on their projects, and nothing's guaranteed, right? So my first two, Cardano, IOTA, these are the ones that I've got on my radar. And like I said, I'm giving them time to mature in my mind. If I sell them earlier than I do, but it would have to be because I've come to a conclusion about them one way or the other, which is A, they're just at an outstanding price to sell, or B, they're just not going to deliver on their roadmap, and their project's just not going anywhere. I think Cardano needs more of an ambitious, tenacious CEO. Charles Hoskinson's a mathematician. IOTA has that tenacious CEO, but I think they could use a little bit more in the back end. So, and I don't say that. I don't say that because of any other reason other than the blunder that happened with the Microsoft stuff. I thought that was mismanaged. But it happens. I'm not going to hold it against them. I mean, even though I'm bringing it up still here, I just think that was a little bit of mismanagement and not very professional of a project that we should be taking pretty serious. And now, my third pick here, I've mentioned this many times before, and I told you guys that I wasn't going to talk about it, and this has nothing to do with shilling it. This just has everything to do with me talking about it, and I'll tell you why. Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's Electroneum, okay? So Electroneum, as you guys know, it's a Monero code-based fork. If you guys think about it and ask around, many people who know a thing or two about a thing or three, right, is that Monero is probably one of the best privacy coins out there. Now, here's the interesting thing. See, Monero, so this is not about Monero. This is about Electroneum. And the reason why I prefer Electroneum over Monero is why I'm going to announce this. So Monero, right? Let's just take a look here. you can see the circulating supply is 15 million. See, 322. So this is a great store of value, right? Okay, but Electroneum has a high circulating supply. That's 21 billion. So this is a microtransaction Monero. That's why that is a really big thing for me. Now, one of the things with the Monero that you hear on the internet is because a lot of people are into Monero for quick profits. You know, there's just some people out there, let's just say, that they want to make money really quickly. They don't want to wait 2 years. And that's okay. But for me, I'm giving Electroneum time to develop. They're a currency, it's a coin. The other two are also coins, but this is a currency. This is to function only as a currency, whereas Cardano and IOTA are doing a little bit more. This is a mobile privacy coin, essentially. And we've seen it as high as 18 cents. I first started talking about this coin when it was at 2 cents back in, what was it, November? And the reason I was because it had that down chart, meaning it was trending down and it had gone flat. So because of that, I was like, wow, this thing's dead, but it's an awesome coin with a big community. So I knew it was going to go up. And then, well, I didn't know because I don't have a crystal ball. I can't know anything. Sometimes I get them right. Sometimes I get it wrong. But, you know, the market's changed a lot too, but it also remains the same. It's just my forecasting for the market has adjusted and grown a little bit. So this Electroneum right here, I really like it. I'm not too sad about it not being on exchanges right now, because one of the great rebuttals that I heard back from Electroneum was they don't want it to grow too fast or have too much price volatility, because they don't want their investors to go through that roller coaster stuff until the market kind of calms down. Because, you know, going from 18 cents to 7 cents, people would panic sell and they get a bad taste in their mouth. And one of the things that Electroneum is looking for is that mass adoption. So it's really important that people have a good taste in their mouth when they think of Electroneum, that they say positive things about it. So if it's got high price action volatility because it's on a lot of different exchanges where people are able to dump it or play around with it, people might not be too big of a fan of Electroneum after that kind of volatility. So they like the low volatility, which is, from what I've heard, one of the reasons why they keep it only on a couple exchanges. I did hear they were getting listed on KuCoin. They also were supposed to get listed on HitBTC, none of which appear to have happened because, as you can see, we still got Cryptopia. So these are my coins. I mean, if you wanted to know more about the Electroneum fork, okay, you can come on to Electroneum's GitHub. You can go to their source code. You can see Project Monero, Project Electroneum. So you can see this is where it talks about the Monero hard fork. And you can also go on to electroneum.com and see where they talk about this. We have an exciting announcement. Right at the start of the Electroneum journey, we looked at many kryptonite algorithm-based coins. Our favorite was Monero. So there you go. We'll see. We'll see how this shapes up. So my top three, just to summarize it, my sleeping giants, okay, giving them a couple years to mature. Remember, if you guys take out a position, that's your choice. Not because I've signed an agreement with you saying, hey, sign up with me. No, I'm not doing that. I'm sharing my opinion. Okay, so we got Cardano, IOTA, and Electroneum. And I gave you my reasons why. I didn't go into the tech side of it because we've gone into the tech side, and I'm not going to go into the tech side in every single one of these videos. But we scraped the surface. You guys get the idea of the overall projection. If you're new here, you can subscribe to this channel. If you're also new here and you like videos like this, click that bell and get notified when videos like this drop. We'll see y'all next time.